Good morning. You may be seated. Good morning. I'm Bobby Berkowitz, and I have the distinct honor to serve as your Dean of the School of Nursing here at Columbia University. And on behalf of all of our faculty and our staff and our alumni of the Columbia University School of Nursing, I welcome you and your family to commencement. As you are aware, Columbia Nursing has a long history and tradition of excellence. We graduated our first class in 1894. That means this year we are 125 years old. And last week we just celebrated with our alums our 125th anniversary, our history and many of our achievements and many of our future ideas and visions. A lot of that vision includes you all. So one of the accomplishments we talked about is the completion and opening of our new building and the opening of 2 additional sites for our faculty practice. This primary healthcare practice, named the Nurse Practitioner Group, is now in 3 locations, and soon we will be opening our Northern Manhattan House Calls practice. We successfully launched our new Master's Direct Entry curriculum, along with the expansion of our international practice and research opportunities for our students. Our U.S. News and World Reports ranking places us in the top 10 at number 8 of all the schools in the U.S. I am completing my 7th year as the Dean of this wonderful and remarkable school, and I look forward to next year and more successes. But today, I am very excited, as I know you are. We all share a sense of hope about our future and about our school and the future of our profession. I look at you and I feel a great sense of pride and expectation as you prepare to take your places within the healthcare system and use your expertise to strengthen our society and the health of our people. Your success is a reflection of your intellect, your passion for nursing, and the quality of the education that you received. I would first like to acknowledge your families and friends who supported you during this journey, and sometimes it was a long journey. Secondly, I want to express my admiration for our nursing faculty and our staff. Our faculty have prepared you to enter the nursing profession as clinicians, as scholars, as educators, and as leaders. When you began your journey at Columbia, we, your faculty, became your future. Now, you become our future. So I would like to introduce you to Dr. Leigh Goldman. The School of Nursing is a member of the faculties of the Columbia University Medical Center, and we are privileged to have with us today Dr. Leigh Goldman, who is the Chief Executive of the Columbia University Medical Center and the Dean of the Faculties of Health Sciences and Medicine, and the Harold and Margaret Hatch Professor of the university. Dean Goldman is a valued colleague, and I'm delighted that he is here to address you this morning.
Good morning. Okay, we're working on this. It's really a privilege to be here. Dr. Berkowitz, your dean, is, she said, completing her 7th extraordinary year. And this is a very special time, not only because of the 125th anniversary of the school's founding, as she said, but also because of the opening of the new building, which will be officially dedicated next week and open before the end of this academic year. I can't guarantee that that building will carry the nursing school through the next 125 years, but it's really a very special building. Excuse me. It's my pleasure to thank Dr. Berkowitz, to welcome Dr. Ford, who's giving today's features talk, and to celebrate with all of you and your family. This nursing graduation is the first of 7 graduations here on this campus in the next 3 days. I think it's fitting that it's the first of the 7, because for many people who seek or need medical care, nurses are the first people that they see. The first line of defense, the first entry into the medical care system. And as we stand here today in this silly academic regalia, I'm reminded of a time when I was a boy, several years ago, when you could recognize a nurse by the white hat. How much things have changed. Now we see the doctoral TAMs, the master's caps. The progress of the nursing profession is truly remarkable, and Columbia's been a leader in that change. And as you enter the healthcare system with people of different trainings, different backgrounds, different interests, different skills, all merging together as part of a healthcare team designed to help people with their preventive and treatment needs. And we're confident you're prepared for this journey because of the training you've received and the outstanding attributes you brought. But if there's one thing I'm sure about, it's that you'll have to continue to learn. This is not called commencement for nothing. All the skills, all the things we've taught you are a great start, but they're only a start. When I talk to the medical students at the beginning of their training, with which I have obviously a bit more personal experience, I remind them that when I was a medical student and learned things, I forgot about half of what was taught to me. And about half of what was taught to me was probably wrong anyway. And I keep on hoping it was the same half. Now, I'm sure that what our faculty have taught you is 99% correct, but there'll be more correct information over time. If we've done a good job here, if you're the kind of people we think you are, this is truly the beginning of a lifelong learning process, a time during which you will take care of enormous numbers of patients, do so much good for the health and welfare of this country, make us proud, make your parents proud, and show that your desire to make a difference will really come true. Congratulations to all of you.
Thank you, Dr. Goldman. Now it is my great pleasure to introduce you to Dr. Kenneth Ford. Dr. Ford will be receiving the Second Century Award for Excellence in Healthcare, and he has been a very special friend to nursing, and particularly to me. So the Second Century Award was established as the Centennial Award originally, and it was later renamed to reflect the school's second century of educating nurses. Since 1991, we have presented this award to individuals who portray excellence in advancing the health and well-being of all citizens. This year, we present this award to Dr. Kenneth Ford. Dr. Kenneth Ford is a university trustee and the Jose M. Ferrer Professor Emeritus in Surgery at Columbia's College of Physicians and Surgeons. I am fortunate to count him as a colleague and a great friend of nursing. He has been a staunch advocate and supporter of both the Columbia University School of Nursing and the role that nurses play in the delivery of health care inside and outside of the hospital. Dr. Ford received his MD degree from Columbia and served on the faculty for 40 years as a teacher, researcher, and surgeon, chiefly in the area of colon diseases. Dr. Ford's career abounds with accomplishments, more than is possible to enumerate. But I'd like to tell you just a little bit about him. So he's a founding member of the American Trauma Society, and he served as the first African-American president of 3 organizations: the New York Surgical Society, the American Gastrointestinal Endoscopy Surgeons, and the New York Society for Gastrointestinal Endoscopy. He's the author of 133 articles, 18 book chapters, and the co-author of 2 books. At Columbia, he has been honored with the Arnold P. Gold Award for Humanism in Medicine and the Ballpark Award for Teaching. The Kenneth A. Ford Professorship in Surgery was created to honor his contributions to academic colorectal surgery. Throughout his career, Dr. Ford has aimed at excellence, forging bonds of community, and led by example, thereby creating opportunities for those who followed. For his years of leadership in all aspects of healthcare, as a doctor, a surgeon, a teacher, an academic, and as a leader in a wide array of professional and service organizations, I am delighted to present the Second Century Award for Excellence in Healthcare to Ken Ford.
Dean Goldman, Dean Berkowitz, relatives and friends of this graduating class, members of the class of 2017, the best class ever graduating from Columbia School of Nursing. At least that's what Dean Berkowitz told me. Ladies and gentlemen, I have been fortunate to have received many awards, but it is a special honor to have been selected to receive the Second Century Award of this, the Columbia School of Nursing. It gives me the opportunity to confess publicly that I owe much to the nursing profession. You see, as a PNS student, one of my classmates and I were chosen for a small fee to provide musical entertainment for the nursing students of our generation at one of their social events. And later on, as a surgeon practitioner and educator, I've worked with generations of nurses at this medical center for over 5 decades. As every wise hospital intern and resident knows, when you begin your training as a young doctor, you pick the nurses' brains and follow their technical instructions, because they know how to really take care of patients, even better than your professors. And in practice, I learned that if you really wanted to know what went on with a patient's medical condition, on reviewing the medical record, you read the nurse's notes first. All that is true, but here's what I really owe to the nursing profession. Were it not for one particular nurse, I would not have made it through medical school and surgical residency. She was the breadwinner in those days, when as a medical student, odd jobs were minimal, and as a resident, your salary did not come near a living wage. The breadwinner to whom I refer is my wife of 60 years, who was a nurse midwife and who sadly left us on April 21st. Now, I'm going to limit my remarks to 2 aspects of nursing that you graduates will have to be concerned about. I will call them challenges and opportunities. Although throughout my professional life, I have made a habit of changing challenges into opportunities, and I encourage you to do the same. My talk will take about 10 to 12 minutes. I know how reassuring it is to an audience to know that the speaker will not be going on for hours. I said I would talk about challenges and opportunities. So what do I mean by challenges? I include history, perception of others, concern about roles, the present uncertainty of the direction of our healthcare system. And I know that you have, in most cases, already made great sacrifice to reach this point, from financial obligation and absence from family and friends and many others. But you've also enjoyed the privilege of being trained at a school which has been at the forefront of change in nursing education and practice. I hope you realize and should be inspired by the widespread interests of nursing school graduates the world over who have gone before you. Whereas some achieved through vision and perseverance, history has not been as good as it should have in pointing them out, and so we have to keep reminding ourselves from time to time. Many historically acquaint Florence Nightingale with clinical nursing care in the Crimean War. But did you know that she was passionate about research and training? Some in previous years of the nursing experience had major roles in public health, patient advocacy, healthcare policy. They include Clara Barton, whose efforts resulted in the creation of the American Red Cross. There was Mary C. Cole of Jamaica, who was not readily accepted, reportedly for reasons of racial bias, when she tried to join Florence Nightingale in the Crimean conflict. But she went ahead nevertheless and set up a hotel for soldiers behind the lines. As you know, I'm sure, Dr. Mary Crawford, former dean of this school, was largely responsible for the resurgence and acceptability of midwifery in this country. Mary Elizabeth Mahoney, the first African-American U.S. nursing graduate, ultimately became a very effective civic leader. And some of you may have heard of Dame Nita Barrow, a Barbadian nurse who became an international champion for women's rights, especially as a spokesperson for the nursing profession. She became the Barbados representative to the UN and ultimately Governor General of the island, and has claimed me as a relative. All these women and many more changed challenges into opportunities. So can you. Barriers are to be broken, attitudes changed, and challenges met. Just think of all the opportunities now available to you. Most of you will doubtless wind up in primary care. Once equated with bedside nursing at a low level of involvement in patient care, primary nursing care has expanded, and you now have opportunities to remain relevant to the various fields of nursing practice as they are developed. You will have the opportunity to discover that despite the many advances in medical technology and in understanding basic mechanisms of disease and prevention thereof, there remains one guiding principle: the patient first. You will often become the primary caregiver. Having been a patient myself, I always give credit not only to the devoted, compassionate, and knowledgeable physicians who've directed my care, but you'll often hear me say, it was the nurses who got me better. Most of your patients will know and feel that way. As someone once told me, to the world you might be one person, but to one person you may be the world. Last year's Gallup poll again found nursing to be the most trusted profession. Being a primary clinical nurse in today's world requires that you be not only well prepared, but additionally equipped compared with times gone by. You must always remember that education does not stop at graduation. As Dean Goldman says, it begins for real today, hence commencement. Your involvement in the prevention of illness and the maintenance of good health should increase as the years go by. Patient care outside the hospital, home care, ambulatory care, oncological care, geriatric care, palliative care, end-of-life care, all will increasingly demand your involvement and even responsibility. As the population ages, as chronic illness becomes better managed, it will require patient care over a longer time. Palliative care, whether in or out of the hospital, will need the special tools you have: empathy, compassion. I know that many of you graduating from a nursing school such as this will also take advantage of some of the recent areas of increasing nursing involvement. They include entrepreneurship, global involvement, patient advocacy, healthcare policy, and public education. It will be at times exhilarating at times exhausting, at times disappointing, and even frustrating when you meet the limitations of healthcare face to face. But it will always be interesting and challenging, full of the rewards that come from having made a positive difference in the lives of fellow human beings. Your beneficiaries, your patients, will always appreciate your efforts. Although you should never let computers and other technology keep you away from the patient, nevertheless, you must keep up with new developments in nursing so that you may take the best education and training to your patients and their families. In addition, take the opportunity to mentor youngsters who may be interested in healthcare. And nurse the ability to think on your own feet, to be resourceful, flexible, and to be a good team player. As time goes on and you realize how fortunate you have been to have this school as your alma mater, be as supportive and involved as you can in your alumni association. Finally, avoid burnout. Take care of your own health. You know how: sensible diet, regular exercise, healthy mental state. Remember, as former Secretary of Human and Health Services Donna Shalala has said, this is the golden age of nursing. It's a great career if you're action-oriented and have solutions for healthcare. So while there are challenges, there are also opportunities for you to push boundaries and reap, as you will, the harvest of opportunities and satisfactions that await your generation. I salute you and wish you a great future.
One of the best 12 minutes I've spent. Thank you, Dr. Ford. Now I would like to introduce you to Dr. Laura Ardizzone. Laura Ardizzone graduated with her master's degree in nurse anesthesia in 2004 and then her DNP degree in 2010. Currently, Dr. Ardizzone is the Director of Nurse Anesthesia Services at Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center. She was elected as a board member of the New York State Association of Nurse Anesthetists and to the nominating committee of the American Association of Nurse Anesthetists. She was appointed to the advisory board of the Hillman Alumni Association, and she serves on the Columbia Nursing's Alumni Association, and is the vice president of the school's Alumni Fund. Please welcome Dr. Laura Ardizzone.
Thank you, Dean Berkowitz. Thank you, Dean Goldman. It is such an honor to stand here and offer up congratulations. I've been to many graduation ceremonies. This is exciting because this is 125 years. It's not the funniest one I've been to. The funniest one I've been to was it was really raining and the roof actually fell down on Dean Mary Mundinger's head. That's not going to happen here today, but we've had some really fun times. Each of you is part of the school's rich history and impressive tradition of nurse education. You are joining the ranks of nearly 13,000 alumni who have graduated from the school, and it is really an enormous pleasure to welcome you all to the Columbia Nursing alumni community. If you would humor me and allow me to tell one quick story of how being a Columbia Lion will follow you throughout your years. I am proud to say that I had twins 11 weeks ago, so thank you. I cry at TV commercials now, so if I start tearing up, don't worry about it. It's a normal thing that I do all the time. So, I have a boy and a girl named Hazel and Oliver, and sadly I go back to work tomorrow, my first day. On my first day postpartum at New York Presbyterian Hospital, there was a knock on the door. And I go out to the door, and there's a clinical instructor there with 4 young nursing students. And she says, "Do you mind if they come in and examine you?" I said, "Yes, of course, no problem, come in." You know where this story's going. Guess where they were from? They were from Columbia. They were eager they were professional, and they were very, very thorough. So there were 4 of them, so I had 16 pulse checks. I had 4 people feel my fundus. I had 4 people take my vital signs. We had a conversation about newborns and how my birth was, and honestly, I had a planned uneventful C-section, but I knew the anesthesia provider, so I was out of it even the next day. I'm not really sure what we talked about, but I do remember this. I remember that it's amazing how it's come full circle. I remember my first day as a nurse. I remember my first day as a nurse anesthetist. I remember my first day as a DNP graduate. I had the same excitement, the same hopes, and the same fears that they had, and also the same hopes, fears, and excitement that you all have. It was a younger version of me that I saw coming into my room to examine me. And I wish I could tell them, as I tell you today, you will be fine, you will be great, and I promise you that Columbia and its rich network of graduates and its strong name will be there behind you with each and every step. One day I hope that you too have the privilege of getting to meet someone, a younger version of yourself, and I hope you're inspired by them, but also I hope that you inspire them as well. And do you know how you can inspire them? Because now you're a member of the Columbia Nursing Alumni Association. You're also a member, which has 13,000 members, but you're also a member of Columbia University's Alumni Association. That has a vast network of 320,000 graduates across the world. In the years ahead, I hope you will foster your connection with alumni, students, and faculty at one of our many programs or volunteer opportunities organized by the school. I hope that many of you will stay engaged with other nursing alumni, and you will find it rewarding and enriching. And as you are able, I hope you will join me each year in supporting Columbia Nursing and future students who will follow in your path by contributing to the school's annual fund. I had to ask. Looking out at the sea of blue robes, I am so immensely proud to call myself a Columbia Nursing alum. I hire a lot of Columbia Nursing alums, so come schedule your interview with me, and I congratulate you on this really, really wonderful occasion, and I congratulate all the people behind you who have supported you through this challenging but wonderful journey. Thank you.
Now it's time to recognize our graduates. The first order is to give some awards. The first award is the Margaret Elliott Award, which is presented to a graduating nursing student who best demonstrates professional competence, capacity for leadership, and wholehearted compassion for patients. And the awards go to the MDE students. And there are 2 awardees. Nicholas Berry, will you please come forward? Are you here? He's here. Come on up. Congratulations. And the second recipient is Kaylee Dumbach-Fusco. The Teresa Marcos Jansen Award is presented to a graduating pediatric nurse practitioner student who exhibits compassion, competence, and strong patient and family advocacy, and the recipient is Manesi Mendez. The Mary Dickey Lindsay Award is given to a nurse midwifery graduate who best exemplifies leadership qualities that promote midwifery diversity and access to midwifery care for all women, and the recipient is Lo Joseph. The Ann Penland Award is presented to an outstanding graduate of the nurse anesthesia and/or the adult gerontology acute care nurse practitioner program who best demonstrates qualities of academic excellence, clinical proficiency, and empathy for students, and we have 2 recipients. For the acute care nurse practitioner program, we have Caitlin Shialela. And in the nurse anesthesia program, Magdalena Chaprenia. The Columbia Advanced Practice Nurse Associates Award is presented to a distinguished graduate of the Adult Gerontology and/or Family Primary Care Program who best demonstrates academic excellence, commitment to the provision of highest quality primary care, and maintenance of access to care for all vulnerable populations. We have 2 recipients, Stephanie Amiano, who is not here to receive her award from the AGNP program, and Jamie Hum from the FNP program. The Mary Simpson Award is presented to the graduate who best demonstrates compassion, devotion to mental health needs to patients, and the recipient is Lindsay Wright. The Dissertation Excellence Award is presented by the faculty for Distinguished Doctoral Student Research, and the recipient is Krista Schroeder. The Doctor of Nursing Practice Award is presented to a DNP graduate who demonstrates expertise in the provision of comprehensive care and a dedication to clinical scholarship. Recipient is Clarissa Vogel. The Alpha Zeta chapter of Sigma Theta Tau, the International Honor Society for Nursing. You'll see the lavender and white cords around a lot of our graduates. Honors the graduating student who best exemplifies the principles of Sigma Theta Tau: leadership, scholarship, and community service. Recipient is Jody Kunabi. The Alumni Association Award is presented to the graduate who best demonstrates active commitment to developing and maintaining alumni support for the school. Recipient is Megan Ying-Kit Chan. In addition to our Nursing Student Awards, we would like to congratulate a nursing student who has been selected for a Columbia University Award. To celebrate all who build Columbia University's spirit, the university trustees and the board of the Alumni Association present the Campbell Award to a graduating student at each school who shows exceptional leadership and Columbia spirit as exemplified by the late Bill Campbell, graduate of 62 College and Teachers College in 64, Chair Emeritus, University Trustee, and the co-founder of the Columbia Alumni Association. This year's recipient is Joanna Valente. Congratulations to all the recipients.
Now I would like to introduce you to our student speaker, Allison Norful. Dr. Norful, in like 5 minutes, is graduating with a PhD following a pre-doctoral fellowship at Columbia Nursing Center for Health Policy. She earned a bachelor's degree from LaSalle University and a master's degree from New York University. Allison is a board-certified adult nurse practitioner, and over the past 15 years, she has held a variety of clinical, administrative, and academic positions. During her time at Columbia, she served as the president of the Doctoral Student Organization and the PhD student representative. This past year, she was inducted into the New York Academy of Medicine. Following graduation, Allison will continue to build her research program as a postdoctoral fellow with a joint appointment at Columbia Nursing and Columbia University Medical Center, Irving Institute for Clinical and Translational Research. Allison.
Thank you so much, Dean Berkowitz. Good morning to my fellow graduates, to all of our family and friends celebrating with us today, and a heartfelt hello to my family, who did not know I was speaking today, so surprise! As many of you know, when you go to school, it's as if your entire family is going to school with you. There are many sacrifices made. So from all of us to all of you, we thank you. And to my two young sons, Jackson and Bennett, talk about crying. Ugh. I hope that one day you find yourself in a career that inspires you as much as nursing has inspired me. And to the extraordinary staff and faculty of Columbia Nursing, it is because of your commitment to our education, your guidance, and your expertise that have ensured that each and every one of us are now prepared to embark on greatness. So thank you. Now, graduation is often a time to look toward the future. The first thing we say to each other is, where are you going next? But I'm here to remind you that graduation is also a time for reflection. Reflection about how far you have come, what obstacles you've had to face, what successes you are most proud of. I'm a firm believer that in order to shape your future, you always have to look at your past. Because studying history allows us to identify patterns. Patterns of success, patterns of innovation, patterns of how we evolve to constant change. And healthcare, as we know it, is in constant motion to improve the quality of care and experience of our patients, their caregivers, even our fellow healthcare professionals. And it's nursing that is often on the front lines of this evolution. Now, Columbia Nursing is celebrating 125 years this year. Think about that. 125 years. Think about how much has changed and progressed and evolved since the year 1892. I decided to pull up some interesting facts about what healthcare was like in the 1890s. I'm going to share them with you today. The average hospital stay cost $6.52. Majority of babies were born in the home. Children and adults stayed in the same ward. Anyone with anything contagious was actually not allowed to stay in the hospital and was sent back into the community. And surgeries were performed in any available hospital space. the library, the conference room. Now, the primary role of nursing at the time was to be the support system of the patient at the bedside, but it was not until the year 1900 that nurses were allowed to routinely use thermometers or stethoscopes. Can you imagine that? Look where we are now. Look at how far we have come. We are clinical providers, we are administrative leaders, we are educators, and we are scientists. We have nurses right now testing a patient's genetic makeup to determine how to best individualize care. That's monumental. Our administrative leaders are implementing interventions to ensure patient safety. And our researchers and clinicians are building evidence that define practice and policy. Look where we are now, and look at how far we have come. But the question remains, who will you be? What extraordinary role will you play now? Because I can say with certainty that getting an education from Columbia Nursing, a school that has a 125-year history of nursing excellence, that we can and we will make evolutionary contributions to the profession. So as you go out into your careers, I'd like you to take away 3 thoughts from today. First, take risks, especially if it's something you believe in, even if it's something you've never done before. My first year here at Columbia was in the wake of the Ebola outbreak. There were nurses working halfway around the world with little to no resources to try to contain this massive threat to our global population. I didn't know these nurses, and I didn't know their patients. But I could identify what it would be like to be in their shoes. So together with 2 of my student peers, Dr. Jasmine Travers and Dr. Krista Schrader, we founded a nonprofit organization called Gloves for Gloves. We created a business model, met with faculty, an accountant, an attorney, and in just 6 months' time, we were working with the Sierra Leone Nurses Association and were able to distribute 60,000 medical gloves to nurses in West Africa. Thank you. We had no idea how to start a nonprofit, but if you look around, you will always find someone that believes in what you are doing and what you want to achieve. So take risks. The second thought, never lose sight of the primary foundations of nursing, that we have this unbelievable gift to connect with people. Technology in healthcare has catapulted in recent years. It plays a huge role in how we deliver care, how we teach, how we conduct research. And it's for good reason, but don't let it hinder your ability to build that personal connection, to make eye contact during a patient visit, to hold the hand of someone who is fearful or unsure, or to meet with a colleague instead of emailing them. Much of historical nursing theory surrounds personal interactions. It's what nursing is built upon. We must always embrace this nursing strength because it is by far one of our profession's greatest attributes. And lastly, the final thought. Please remember, nurses are experts in nursing. We should always be involved in the conversations surrounding our policy that define our practice, our education, and our research. Seek out opportunity to be at that roundtable, because each and every one of you is soon going to be deemed an expert in your respective specialty. And it's only you that will know what you need, what your patients need, and how you can best practice or perform to the highest level of your education and training. So let your voices be heard. I have no doubt that over the next 125 years, Columbia nurses will continue to be visionary leaders in shaping healthcare. And when future generations of Columbia nurses look back on this class of 2017, I can bet you they will see a demonstration of extraordinary accomplishment over the course of our careers. And I can't wait to see how we go down in the history books. Congratulations to the class of 2017.
Allison, thank you, and I'm glad we're hanging on to you. Now I would like to invite Dr. Smaldone and Dr. Doyle Linrud, who will present our PhD graduates and our D&P graduates.
Good morning. It's my privilege to introduce to you the PhD graduates for 2017 and their sponsors. The first, Sainfer Elizabeth Aliou, and her sponsor, Dr. Elaine Larson. Heidi Susanna Vera Luft, and her sponsor, Dr. Elaine Larson. Casey Jackman, and his dual sponsors, Dr. Walter Bachting and Dr. Judy Honig. Allison Adreno Norful, and Allison's sponsor, Dr. Lucine Pogosian. And last of our group, Elizabeth Mary Heitkemper, and it's my honor to hood her. Please join me in congratulating all of them.
I will announce the Doctor of Nursing Practice graduates. Christian Cancino, sponsor Dr. Michael Greco.
Yeah.
Leigh Pullman, sponsor Dr. Michael Greco. Jessica Sidlowski, sponsor Dr. Michael Greco. You got it, yeah. You got it. Yes. Grace Carver, sponsor Dr. Debbie Miller-Saltz. Eleanor Kramer, sponsor, Dr. Miller-Saltz. Sul O, sponsor, Dr. Miller-Saltz. Talia Poi, sponsor, Dr. Miller-Saltz. Lisa Ha, sponsor, Dr. Miller-Saltz. Erin Swepston, sponsor, Dr. Miller-Saltz. Allison Walczak, sponsor, Dr. Miller-Saltz. Dante Flanagan, sponsor, Dr. Laura Ardizzone. Nicole Golden, sponsor, Dr. Patricia Harron. Palka Gupta, sponsor, Dr. Sabrina Opiola Macaulay. Ashley Gura, sponsor, Dr. Sabrina Opiola Macaulay. Lily Ma, sponsor, Dr. Camilla Dowling. Kylene Swartz, sponsor, Dr. Mary Jane McEnany. Clarissa Vogel, sponsor Dr. Rita Marie John. Marjorie Weiss, sponsor Dr. Maura Abbott. A round of applause for the DNP graduates 2017.
Dr. Judy Honig will now present the graduates for the Master of Science degree in Advanced Practice Programs.
Will the program director for the acute gerontology, acute care nurse practitioner program come forward on the other side of the podium, maybe? Yeah. Sujin Bake. Roxana Bustamante. Caitlin Scully Chalela. Andrew Shaw. Daniel Gao. Jamie Nemro. Jamie Rumsey. Rebecca Saunders. Ji Yun Sung. Patricia Sterlin. Where's Daniel? Will the program, oh, he's already there. The Adult Geriatric Nurse Practitioner Program graduates are coming next, and that is Daniel Billing. Elizabeth Korknock. Stephanie Coe. Andrea Kirkhool. Jacqueline Rosenthal. Kristen Sobek. Will the program director for the family nurse practitioner come forward? Shamara Aturno. Sarah Bellavita. Shirley Candelario. Megan Marie Caraway. Catherine Chin. Susan Cho. Whitney Davidson. Ellen Davies. Michelle Ellis. Patrick Enwiranye. Sylvia Marie Fallon. Ariel Ferdinand. Samantha Ellis Fleischman. Abby Kit Ying Fung. Sanita Giwa. Cindy Ha. Carly Hashi. Jamie Hum. Elizabeth Jester. Rakia Jones. Alicia Jacobs. Christian Juleson. Deidre Keene. Jody Koniba. Isabella Leigh. Erin Macbeth. Kate Mannion. Mark Mariana de Guzman. Danielle Mattingly. Elizabeth Mitchell. Brittany Richards. Keisha O'Kessie. Erica Cabrera. Carissa Marie Miller. Sophia Mesfin. Rachel Naftel. Shauna Niemeyer. Meredith Peak. Andrea Paula Randrup. Laura Salvatierra. Alexandra Shelley. Chriselle Slonica. Janelle Smith. Robert Spiegai. Catherine Staniforth. Cathries Sugiton. Vera Sun. Searing Tenzing. Kelsey Tidland. Joanna Valente. Tamari Vildoso. Catherine Michelle Vincent. Stephanie Wynn. May Yu. Will the program director for the anesthesia program come forward? Faculty can stand up at their seats. Brittany Eleanor Bradley. Jason Bruck. Marissa Renee Carpintero. Magdalena Chuprania. Bridget Urcole. Julie Evans. Connie Fu. Diana Gonsalves. Ricardo Gray. Keisha Harvin. Taylor Horowitz. Stephanie Shea. Piper Lee. Lauren Krista Logue. Ryan Molechnia. Karen McVeigh. Jessica Morelli. Robert Osenkowski. Justin Payton. Sung Min Sophia Park. Sharon Perez. Timothy Pita. Sean Sampson. Latoya Shea Allen. Noel Talabrico. Bridget Nora Wallawik. Dakota Ward. Nicholas Warren. Nancy Vijaya. Meredith Wing. Jin Yi. Will the faculty for the nurse midwifery come forward? Niale Dodd. Ilan Eliashar Stahl. Blaine Ferrari. Monica Fields. Melinda Ruby Flores. Estefany Flores Gader. Brianna Gearing. Shayna Herring. Suzanne Hinchy. Lodes Joseph. Kara Maglani. Leah Elizabeth Meller. Leah Moses. Roma Panganiban. Mernid Pierre. Kainakia Shaker Reed. Josie Rodriguez. Allison Sanofsky. We had a little group hug there. Will the faculty, the program director for the primary care in pediatrics come forward, and the faculty can stand up. Nelsa Avalon Duke. Elizabeth Blair Ballantine. Linda Cheng. Melissa Freyer. Laura Gapster. Marley Gittleson. Laura Faye Grossman. Lauren Guerra. Megan Hayes. Courtney Heck. Abigail Hofstrand. Ann Leigh. Manesi Mendez. Jenna Myers. Pamela Pimentel. Sarah Raymond. Alan Schultz. Caitlin Smart. Rachel Stoya. Program Director for the Psychiatric Mental Health Program, come forward. We'll now call the graduates. Robbie Altman. Jessica Borofsky. Jessica Colas. Kelsey Ann Pierpont Brader. Christopher Burns. Kimberly Cologne. Shannon Dingle. Brittany Edgar. Helen Nancy Ho. John H. Kim. Evelyn Kwong. Caitlin Vaninono. Lavanino. Jayling Lee. Amanda Lefkowitz. Amanda Ling. Lavana Masire Leon. Anika McPherson. Vanessa Raleigh. Tara Richardson. Ryan Rifkin. Jan Vincent C. Sampson. Rachel Sprangenthal. Jessica Wheeler. Lindsay Wright. Let's give a huge hand of applause for all of the APRN graduates 2017.
Dr. Karen Desjardins will now present graduates of the Master of Science degree in our Charter Master's Direct Entry program.
Catherine Andriotis. Estelle Otessier. Kara Bellucci. Emily Berkowitz. Jamie Betancourt. Chelsea Bayron. Marlies Basinger. Olivia Birchenoff. Francesca Bravo. Claire Brieva. Maria Brunette. Teresa Boy. Nicholas Burry. Christine Busby. Carita Campbell Sims. Sarah Carswell. Megan Chan. Ryan Cheney. Connie Chu. Della Chu. Emma Clune. Phoebe Cohen. Amanda Coran. Andrea Cummings. Emily Ray Dalrymple. Lindsay Dalton. Julia de Morinville. Christina Downs. Monica de Reitzer. Kaylee Dumbach Fuxall. Corinne Edwards. Sam Elkert. Sarah Entine. Esty Efron. Abigail Felix. Diane Fernandez. Allison Fisher. Ashlyn Fitzgerald. Sydney Fitzpatrick. Jennifer First. Pamela Galvis. Jennifer Gamez. Hadley Glist. Vidya Goberdon. Emily Gottlieb. Amber Gross. Eileen Guiney. Sarah Hayes. Kristen Hegel. Margaret Henry. Chandler Hicks. Brittany Holton. Sean Hong. Jordan Hopper. Jennifer Houston. Maral Hovsapian. Madeline Ingram. Igor Islamova. Michelle Ives. Daniel Jones. Lindsay Kaplan. Deanna Karam. Jongju Kim. Caitlin Kepsel. Rebecca Cowell. Sarah Krim. Warlanio Cadonio. Valerie Lucia Kutzler. Virginia Lamb. Brad Lieberman. Jasmine Lowe. Alexa Lomungsud. Sarah Lovett. Jacques Lucien. Elizabeth Ma. Joelle Matowitz. Caroline Maggard. Sarah Mangle. Emily Mara. Jenny McAllister Spector. Nicole McPherson. Esther Melka. Blessing Millwood. Helen Mew. Dana Munez. Kelsey Naruse. Haney Obabor. Alexis O'Hara. Lauren Pasquarelli. Gracie Peabody. Christian Pisco Esteva. Maria Pizzaruso. Bushra Brahman. Leah Reef. Rebecca Rude Goldman. Tiffany Rosas. Priscilla Shaper. Alice Schreiber. Jessica Shortino. Kalika Seabrook. Selma Sehovic. Kaliko Sharma. Andrew Sean. Leora Shepatovsky. Anna Shum. Sydney Smith. Katrina Sopko. Colleen Spratt. Anna Spikerman. Ruby Stockton. Hannah Strader. Cariel Sweeney. Angelita Tessalona Tan. Brianna Thompson. Laura Tobin DeArmond. Rebecca Fleischer Tran. Angela Tuffy. Emily Nella Vasilio. Catherine Vu. Avriel White. Alex Wilder. Brenda Wong. Allie Wu. Sandy Yip. Julie Yashamachi. Brittany Ann Yu. And Carmen Young. Congratulations to all the new nurses.